You will not lose. And yes, I am talking to you. I'm going to try to leave titles out in this video because what's understood don't have to be explained. If you know that you're a high-ranking celestial entity under this meat suit, then I'm talking to you. This content is not for the simple-minded. Come hate me, let them hate you. Because at the end of the day, they know not to touch thy anointed ones if you know that you are. See, there's no secret. They know who you are. They know who I am. You know, the presence, it speaks for itself. Some things you can't hide. Keep that authenticity about yourself, because all the rest of these people are nothing but copycats. You are part of the original, and I am talking to you. You can't afford to worry about these other people. They are not like you. You are meant to stand out. You are meant to take certain routes that others dare not to take because they can't take the pressures. They can't deal with the pain, the strain, you know. I could talk about haters all day, you know, but you got to control your energy, because sometimes you can be your biggest enemy by allowing negative energy, you know, to overshadow the work that you came here to do. Don't get distracted. Evil spirits come in all type of forms, including animals. Be careful what you put your attention to, and always do your self-studies. Don't just listen to what others say, including myself. You know, as much as I make content and try to stay consistent, sometimes I get discouraged dealing with the problems of life, but I have to realize that everything gonna be all right, and it's part of God's plan. It's part of the higher part of His plan. Is bigger than me. I'd be selfish not to get on here and speak to those real ones and let them know that you got this. It's all about motivation, you know. And excuse if you hear any screaming and anything in the background. Hopefully it don't be too much. We're gonna stay to the subject that's at hand. You know, of course they're gonna be mad at the fact that you just won't give up, so they try to laugh, play games, and pull gimmicks. As more as you start reaching different levels, you start more and more to not let it affect you. And I'm speaking to those real ones. This is why it's very important, especially if you're doing content or just meditating, etc., to be alone. Because there's a lot in this world is meant and designed to distract you from your purpose. You know, dealing with monitoring spirits, you definitely have to learn practices, patience, and, you know, don't get tricked out of your position. You know, you came here and you chose this. You chose this life, you chose this body. At least that's what they say. You can agree to disagree. We all have opinions. So I'm speaking to those ones that walk through the shadow of death, you know, physically alone. Spiritually never alone. But for those ones that can walk and face the shadow of death alone and go through, you know, these storms, I'm speaking to you. You know, of course we know, and if you don't know, the majority of this world is ran by Satan. But the Elohim, the God which is mine, etc., is the true ruler and the true champion and the Alpha and Omega. I make these videos too to encourage the ones that may be going through different pains and different struggles in their life. You got to know that this is meant to make you stronger. This is meant to make you more focused. See, it all comes with patience. Just like now, I kind of feel like people be making noise or whatever when they hear me saying something or making videos or whatever. But I have to learn to keep my focus on, because then I get distracted on what I'm talking about. That's nothing but the devil. So just know, Bright One, you are not up next, you are up now. You know, you got to eat more healthy diet, all of those things that I don't do. And I'll take accountability. Lately, I've been sidetracked. I've been kind of eating a little unhealthy. I don't barely eat meat, but still, even certain junk foods and things like that, it all correlates to your awakening process and on how you can fight demons and tap into that celestial realm and have your demons fighting for you. What's understood don't have to be explained. And I hope I'm not getting too deep right now, but that's why I say this is not for the simple-minded. You're always going to be haunted. You're always going to be antagonized if you're really walking in this true light. All these titles going on. You have to keep going on this spiritual journey to understand who you are and where you fall in this spiritual war that's manifested on planet Earth. The school, the prison, the paradise. It's what you make it. But again, leave any comments, talk to me, I'll talk back. As long as you're not leaving any negative, senseless comments, I will not reply to. But you do not stop. You will not lose. As long as you keep your circle small and don't get distracted by the practices that the enemy put in front of you, put in front of us. Because there's many. It's a web of lies, a web of illusion, a web of misery, and we're ducking and dodging, trying not to get caught in them every single day. For my spiritual assassins, you know who you are. You're not alone. I'm not really worried about these people, They know who they are. They go around playing games and all the whole, I don't even want to mention the title again because I feel like I'd be talking about it so much, but I really don't even be worried about them. I have no fear or anything about these monitoring entities. I'll just put it like that. But sometimes when you're going through so much in life and you're getting attacked from so many different angles and directions, it becomes irritating. So when I've had my times of lashing out, getting mad, wanting to give up, wanting to crash out, and end up getting myself in a situation, I had to take time to really realize that this is a test. I have to keep reminding myself that. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't meant for me to be here, then I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't meant for you to be here, then you wouldn't be here. You were built for this time. Let me go over here because I don't even know how much music they can hear. But definitely, if you've been paying attention to this content too, it's kind of been difficult for me to actually get certain peace, I would say, because every time that I'm trying to even make content, or even when I was doing my art projects, I had people calling me. I had people saying I'm acting funny, I didn't change, because I tend to stay to myself and I only deal with a few people. Is because I noticed that what you call men, what you call women in these day and age, like drama, like problems, like to laugh and joke and talk behind each other back and do all these different things, and that's not a part of what I'm about. I've never been about that. I have never been perfect, but I never just have the time to try to monitor somebody else or speak down on the next man or the next woman. That's the reason why I stayed off of social media for the longest of time, because it's like I didn't see no purpose for me to be posting this or saying this and saying that. Like I said, this was not all planned. When I started making content, I wouldn't not even have a mask on my face. But I believe that the spirit and the soul guides you, and everything is not a coincidence, and everything happened for a reason. So you always continue to keep going, Bright One. That message will be repetitive continuously, because you need to put that in your head that you will not give up, you will not lose. You know, I don't care if a person think you're a weirdo and um you don't fit in with the crowd. You wasn't meant to fit in with a crowd. You wasn't meant to do what everybody else do. You were meant to lead. You were meant to inspire. You were meant to motivate. You were meant to educate. You were meant to have a voice for the voiceless. Even when they try to stop your voice, they cannot. You gotta know. You gotta know. You have to be confident and know. And that's the reason why the enemy tries to make you seem like you're nothing but a slave, knowing that you are God incarnated in the flesh, came to life as a test. And for you people that may think and say, "Oh, he's being blasphemous or this and that," self-proclaiming to be a god. Well, if they say that, the character, well, I'm gonna say the person, Jesus. I don't even like to even talk about religion and things like that. But they even told you in the Bible that God gave His only begotten Son for the sins of the earth. So if you're a child of God, then what would that make you? You know? So I understand and overstood there's a lot of information out here, but there's a lot of misinformation out here. And I'm just speaking to those real ones that feel like everything is always against them, because it is. And it's because you are a part of those ones. You know? You're in those numerology. So bright ones, just always know, my underdog immortals, you are going to be attacking. The more that you continue to up your vibration, the attacks are going to get worse before it get better, until you find your true purpose, which could be multi-purposes, And I just want to speak to those real ones to know, you are way beyond this meat suit. Use your brain. Always know that every action have a reaction, and everyone is not going to be your friend, and every smiley face is not friendly, So yeah, I'm going to get back though to studying on certain topics and things, but I like to really talk to the real ones that actually genuinely support and like the content. I appreciate it. And for you haters, without you, I may not have been going as hard as I am now and trying to stay persistent. And that's what you should do too. Use that negative energy to harness positive frequencies. Because at the end of the day, they're jealous of you. They know that, you are different. And it's always going to be a test until you start figuring it out. And understand that you have always had every answers to any questions you've ever had. You just have to seek. Seek and you shall find, So yeah, I ain't gonna drag this video too long. I just really wanted to speak to those real ones that seems like, they can't get a break. It seems like it's worthless. I remember when I just felt like I could never win. Even now, I got so much against me, but I'm still going to keep going. And I hope and I know that I'm inspiring, just like you are inspiring. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. It's about us. Arm, leg, arm, head formed from the stardust. Triple ones. On 13. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. I'm out.